Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another episode of the Year Cooking Canuck. Once again, thanks so very much for joining me and I hope you're all well. Guys, on today's segment of Memories of Macedonia, I'm going to be making something we call Jufki. And what Jufki is an egg pasta. And yes, we do eat pasta in Macedonia, and this Jufki in particular has a very old tradition of being made in Macedonia. And I'll get more into that as we go ahead and make this. So I thought I'd show you in this video how to make egg noodles or egg pasta. And then followed up, I will show you what you can do with these beautiful egg noodles. So without further ado, let's get in the kitchen and make Macedonian Jufki. Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen countertop. Normally at this time I tell you all the ingredients will be listed below. They still will be. However, I'm going to tell you the ingredients and the amounts because it's that easy, guys. In my bowl here I have some plain flour. There's 2 cups of plain flour here. You could use wholemeal if you want, but the flavor will be different obviously. So I've just made a little well in the center of the bowl there. I have 3 eggs. They're going to go straight in. Okie doke. And then I'm going to put some salt in here. A good pinch, let's say a teaspoon. It's up to you with the salt as well, guys. You can omit it. Right. And then, which is optional, you don't have to do it, but I'm just going to put about a tablespoon of oil. You can keep some milk or water on standby and add it to this if needed, a little by little, and I'd say like a teaspoon by teaspoon. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is just start obviously mixing our flour and eggs, because these are egg noodles. Get all this mixed up, guys, and I'll bring you back and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright guys, my dough is ragged looking, and from here I'm going to switch to my hand. Now, don't be alarmed, this is a very sticky dough. So do have a bit of flour on hand if you need it. So, just going to start putting this together, making sure to get all the flour in the bowl. And already it's starting to come together. Guys, you can double this recipe, triple it, quadruple it, according to your need. So the dough's looking pretty good. So on a very, very clean surface, I'm just going to put this out. And I'm going to give this a knead for about 5 minutes. And then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like then. Guys, after kneading your dough for about 5 minutes, what you want to do is cut it and take a look to see if there's any flour running through it. And there's not in mine. Mine's looking really great, nice and soft, nice and supple. So what I'm going to do now, just give this a couple more kneads here, bring it together, and I'm going to put this in a plastic bag and put it into the refrigerator to rest for at least 15 minutes. You can do this overnight, however, make sure that you've wrapped it well in plastic. I use bags, recycle them. Make sure it's well wrapped so it doesn't form a crust. And then when it's ready, we'll roll it out into our pasta. Hey guys, so I've let my dough rest in the fridge for a little bit. I kept it in there about an hour actually, maybe not that long. I'm gonna sprinkle my bench with some flour because it's important now that this doesn't stick. And to make it easier, I'm going to do this in batches. So I'm gonna see what half yields me first. Keep the other one half wrapped in the plastic bag so it doesn't dry out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out. Now you're looking at, let's say, a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch thickness. It's up to you guys, but the most important thing is to make it uniform so it cooks evenly. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And like I said, guys, if you want, you know, this recipe is easily doubled, tripled, or quadrupled. And give it a half turn so it doesn't stick. Flip it over actually. It's better. So I'm going to continue with this and get it as thin as I can, or to my liking, and then I'll show you what it looks like then. So I'm pretty happy with what I have here. Now the important thing is, guys, it doesn't matter how thin, how thick you make these, but they should be somewhat uniform. Don't worry about the ends. Don't worry about it. They're gonna cook. So I'm just using a pizza roller. And I'm gonna make mine about the width of my finger. Again, guys, they can be thinner. It's up to you. So I'm going to continue cutting these, and I'm going to show you what I do to let them dry out. Okay, guys, I've cut all of my Jufki into somewhat uniform sizes. Now, as long as you don't have a really wide piece and a really skinny piece, like I said, they should be somewhat the same. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to set these on a clean kitchen towel. That one jumped away from me. To dry. Now, how long do you allow them to dry? It's up to you. These are ready to be cooked right away if you want them fresh. But you can let these dry anywhere between an hour to a few hours. Obviously, the more you dry them, the harder they're going to get. You can dry these completely until they're very crunchy and crust like dried pasta, and you can put these in a sealable bag or sealable container, and they will stay for about a month. Don't be tempted to put them in the fridge because you think, oh, it's fresh pasta. Whatever you do, do not put them in the fridge. They'll get tough. So leave them out, let them dry. And like I said, depending on your like, they're done when you're ready. In the summer, you could put these outside in the sun. That's fine too. So I'm going to continue with this, and I'm going to continue with the other half of the dough, pasta dough that we had. And I'll bring you back when I'm all done, guys. That's it, it's so simple. Alright guys, all my Jufki is out on clean kitchen towels to dry. Again, it's all dependent on how long you want to let this dry. It could be an hour, could be a few. it's up to you. You can cook these right now if you want it. Guys, how you cut them, again, is up to you. Traditionally, sometimes what they would do is let them dry and they would break them or crack them. I've even seen large sheets of them and they're broken up. This is how I like it, this is how I have it, this is what I'm used to, and I find this is the more traditional way. A lot of households, again, would make these quite long and hang them over their drying rack and then wait until they dry to be cooked. But this is it, guys. It's so simple. So I'm just going to let these continue to dry somewhat, and then I'll show you, say goodbye, and I'll just show you a few that I'm going to go ahead and cook. Alright guys, thanks again, and I'll be right back and show you the end product. Guys, I allowed my Jufki to dry out just enough. It's dry but still pliable. I just showed you a few ways you can have it: straight, obviously, bundled up, loosely coiled and bundled, or twisted and put into a ribbon. Guys, traditionally Jufki would be done en masse. They would make a lot of this, and they would dry these over, as I said, a clean clothes dryer or hanger with a sheet underneath in case pieces fell, or just simply on loads and loads of sheets on the driveway or the yard in the summer and dry these out. If you're making these at home, you saw what I did. It's so simple, just straight on a dish towel or even a cooling rack. These are amazing, guys. They're so easy to do, and I want you to please stay tuned for a video where I'm going to show you a couple of ways on how to make Jufki. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck and Memories of Macedonia, and we'll see you next time. There'll be a few pics to follow, guys, as usual. Please comment, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to come and join us. Have a great day. Ajde prijetno, hvala mnogo, ajde čao.